Welcome, everyone. Today we're talking about stacking the deck, understanding and addressing inequality among Canada's vulnerable populations. Think of it like sitting at a poker table and realizing the cards are stacked against you. For many, that feeling is a daily reality.
Exactly. This comprehensive report covers how colonial history still shapes present-day inequalities and how various factors, gender, race, disability, and economic status, intersect to amplify disadvantages. By the end, we hope you'll feel both informed and empowered to help create change.
The report ties a lot of Canada's social inequalities back to colonialism and uses world systems theory to show how some countries, like Canada, historically benefited from extracting resources. Indigenous communities in particular face the consequences of this lingering legacy.
Right, this isn't just ancient history. We still see the ripple effects in everything from land rights to resource extraction. If we truly want equality, we have to reckon with these roots. The report even suggests we research successful Indigenous-led environmental campaigns to see how they've influenced policy and sparked community-driven solutions.
Moving on to Canada's big cities, Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver, the report shows how poverty is highly concentrated in specific neighborhoods. Layer on top of that the rise of precarious employment, gig work, short-term contracts, and low-wage jobs without benefits, and you get a cycle that's tough to escape.
Exactly. When you're not sure you'll have work tomorrow, planning for the future or handling emergencies is nearly impossible. This situation was magnified during the COVID-19 pandemic, which really exposed all those cracks in our safety nets.
Another major theme is intersectionality, especially the feminization of poverty. Single mothers and racialized women often juggle lower wages, limited job opportunities, and childcare responsibilities.
Absolutely. If you add race or disability to that mix, the barriers stack up even higher. The report encourages us to look at community toolkits and more holistic supports that address these intersecting challenges.
When the pandemic forced most services online, those without reliable internet were left behind. Think remote work, virtual schooling, even healthcare appointments. To tackle this, the report says we should investigate how well the CRTC's broadband fund is working for rural and remote communities. After all, digital access isn't a luxury anymore, it's essential.
That's right. We need to explore the development of those proposed community toolkits to improve digital equity and economic stability. Things like free Wi-Fi hotspots, tech literacy training, and partnerships with local organizations.
Despite progress in Canada's laws, 2 LGBTQI+ individuals, especially youth, still face discrimination in healthcare, housing, and employment. High rates of bullying, homelessness, and mental health challenges persist.
Exactly. The report points to digital storytelling platforms as a way for 2 LGBTQI+ folks to share their personal experiences, educate broader audiences, and build empathy. That's an action item too. Investigating success metrics of these platforms can help show us what's working and where we can improve.
Seniors and people with disabilities also face significant barriers. From high poverty rates to challenges with transportation, employment, and social inclusion, they're often overlooked yet deeply affected.
The report suggests creative methods, like a gamified advocate for accessibility challenge, to spark public engagement. People could earn points for advocating for inclusive spaces or supporting policies that improve accessibility. We're encouraged to examine potential implementation strategies for that concept.
Ultimately, the report's clear that we need a two-pronged approach. We're talking about grassroots initiatives plus systemic change. That means holding officials accountable, addressing discriminatory policies, and supporting frontline organizations.
They also propose an online hub to connect activists, educators, and policymakers, a space for resource sharing, collaboration, and policy development. There's a call to follow up on how to make that hub a reality and measure its impact. So here are some key action items from the report we all can explore. 1. Investigate the CRTC's broadband fund to see if it really improves internet access in rural and remote areas. 2. Develop those community toolkits for digital equity and economic stability. 3. Research successful Indigenous-led environmental campaigns and their policy impact.
4. Follow up on the proposed online hub for activists, educators, and policymakers. Could be a game changer in uniting voices. 5. Examine gamified accessibility challenge strategies to make advocating for disability rights more engaging. 6. Investigate success metrics for digital storytelling platforms that amplify marginalized voices, including 2 LGBTQI+ communities.
Where do you see yourself in this picture? Maybe you can volunteer with a local group, vote for leaders who prioritize social justice, or even start a conversation with friends about these issues.
Every bit helps. When we act together, supporting Indigenous-led solutions, pushing for digital equity, advocating for accessibility, or sharing stories online, we unstack that deck one card at a time. That's how we build a society that's healthier, stronger, and more inclusive for everyone.
Thanks for joining us on this journey through the report. If you found this meaningful, give this video a like, share it, and subscribe. Leave a comment on which action item speaks to you the most.
And stay tuned for more deep dives where we explore solutions, success stories, and innovative ideas for creating a more equitable world. Remember, real change starts with all of us.